Hello, everybody, and welcome to Film for Thought. I'm your host, Michael Ardizabal, and I'm here with a little bit more cast than usual. Here with our new guest, Aiden.
Hello.
Here with a lovely hero,
What's up, y'all?
Gigi,
I'm back. What's up, guys?
and Carmen,
Hey guys.
as well as our producer, Monica, on staff.
Hi.
Well, yeah. So on today's episode, we're gonna discuss the top worst movies of the decade, which we're all kind of hyped to talk about, since we all seen terrible movies in the past 10 years, me included, and we all feel very passionate about it. So let's start off with, what do you guys think should be like the number 10th like worst movie of the decade?
Anybody want to go first?
Carmen?
I'm looking through my list. I'm thinking.
Well, I for my personal list for number 10, I put Scary Movie 5
Okay.
because I don't know, I feel like the original Scary Movies were like definitely something
Yeah.
that like engaged. I don't know, like I feel like the audience was definitely like more.
Oh yeah, I do
intrigued.
remember Scary Movie 5. I can agree with that.
Yeah, like, and then I watched Scary Movie 5. I was like, it doesn't have the same like ring to it than it used to have.
Yeah, no. Yeah, for sure.
I haven't seen it, so I really couldn't tell you.
It wasn't
Sorry.
meta anymore. It tried to be an actual horror movie that was also a comedy at the same time. It didn't make any sense.
It just didn't work. It really didn't work.
The reason that Scary Movie 1 through 4 works really well is
I think
because
1 through
of
3.
Yeah, I would say 1 through 3.
4 is
4 is kind of a
decent.
mute point.
I think 4 is like weird enough to fit into the overall, series as a whole. Like it still has that campy feel that's like
But
Yeah, it's very
at
campy.
least the
Puppetry
first
and,
three
like-
definitely set the tone for like how campy those movies were.
I mean, my favorite
And
is
the-
3 overall. Like
I've seen 3
Oh,
so many
no.
times. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've just seen it like so many
I've seen-
times.
3, it goes 3, 2, 1 for me in favoritism.
For me,
Not
it's,
that this
it's
is
2, 3, 1. But yeah,
2
like,
is just so good.
Still, though, if you're trying to compare like these like movies that are like cult classics, like the Scary Movies 1 through 3 or 4, if you can make an argument for that, like number 5 is like nothing.
It's
like
yeah,
it.
no. The
It's
plot was everywhere. I don't
completely
even know
different.
what the story. I don't even remember what the story
Like, I
was
watched that
about.
movie, I know I've watched that movie more than once, but like the plot, like I
Yeah.
can't remember it. It's just like didn't have like memorable like acting or
No,
anything.
yeah.
And it's like still like I feel like they tried so hard, yet nobody wanted to be there at the same time.
Was Ashley Tisdale in one of
Yes.
these?
She was. That was
I
season
I never
5,
saw
right?
it, but there's like that one like
5.
funny Vine where it's like she's like so skinny and it's like a stick person walking across the stage or something. That's all I
No,
remember.
and she's like, "Oh, my meal," and then
It's like a
It's like
Cheerio
a
or
Cheerio.
something.
Cheerio.
Yeah.
She, like, throws
Yeah,
it back
I think
up.
they had like some
I was like-
funny things that could like stand alone and be
Right.
funny, but like all together it was just a mess. When you
Yeah.
put it all together.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that being at number 10. I don't know.
Well, anybody else have a
I
contestant?
don't know. I think it should be a little higher up on the list. I think that
You think it should be higher up on the list?
yeah.
What do you think should be number 10 then? Thank you.
Maybe.
I
You need the mic.
I have a movie, but like it's definitely controversial because it's like made very well, but the new Star Wars, the second one.
Oh, haven't
I
seen
said
it.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first one as
Yeah, I
one of
haven't
mine.
seen it.
I would 100% concur with that being a 10.
Just because it doesn't belong further down, because it is like it's not like when we're talking about like the quality of the filmmaking. It's not like poorly made. It's just the story. It did nothing with the current trilogy.
Do you
Yeah.
prefer the second one over the first one, or like vice versa? Like
And
which
the
one?
first one's much better.
Why? Just
Because the
curious.
first one's just, I think it's just simply because the first one is a new story, and the second one, it
It like didn't further anything.
the second one made one of the most important characters,
Mm.
Luke, throw away his lightsaber, which
Yeah,
when you
that's
think,
true.
like, it's something small, but when you think about how meaningful that is,
Mm-hmm.
that's like just it's so not with his character.
I agree.
I think everything about that movie just went so far away from where Star Wars was at.
That's true. I kind of blocked it from my mind. That's probably why I didn't put it on my list.
I'm gonna argue that it definitely belongs on the list. I think that specific scene, like him throwing the lightsaber, like is symbolic for him no longer wanting it because it's a relic of the past, and that's like the whole. Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to say that I'm really hopeful for J.J. Abrams and
On the new one.
in the new one. I want him to be able to fix it. I think he could be like, basically.
I feel like if somebody's gonna be able to fix it, it's definitely Gigi.
Yeah, that's how
Let's
I feel
hope.
about it. Like, and that's why I like the first one, because he actually set himself up with something that chronologically fit with what had happened before and could work. Like it works. Technically.
Well, yeah, because it's like the
Force
intro
Awakens
kind of
works
thing.
really
Yeah,
well.
that makes
and then they
sense.
kill off Han Solo. Like, they have interactions with all these major
That's
characters.
true.
It's about how they interact with those characters and what those characters do. And Han Solo's whole, like the second movie gets rid of all of the work that Kylo Ren did with his father and, like, all the stuff from the first movie. It just doesn't
Yeah.
matter when he goes to see Luke. Luke isn't... Or, I guess he doesn't go to see Luke, but, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, like
Well, he goes to battle with him, so kind of technically.
At the same time, like it's when we're like trying to base ourselves off like the worst movies of the decade. It's not only to take into account like different like plot points. I feel like it's just like the entire experience of the movie.
Oh yeah, also
Like,
the acting. Wait,
That's why I mentioned like
the two
second
fans.
movie, like Scary Movie 5, because
Mm.
it's like as an experience, it tears away from what the original like movies were, and the acting's atrocious, and like just like the entirety of the movie feels completely unnecessary.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I feel about this new trilogy in general. I just feel like this trilogy shouldn't exist. But of course, it's gonna be like Disney like bought the franchise. They're gonna do something with it. But yeah, no. Actually, now that I think about it, I agree with you about the
there's
second
gonna
one.
be,
Like,
three
for sure.
more.
Yeah, I know. Like the Mandalorian's actually not that bad. I'm actually happy with that. But with the second one, I actually agree with you now, because I just like I remembered how they like had the two fans like do that contest, and then suddenly they were like in the movie and they like really couldn't act, and then yeah, no, I remember that. I agree with you now.
Yeah.
Second one,
That's why-
awful.
It's like controversial to me to put on this list, because when you're watching it, like a lot about it is like, I mean, the scene where they're in like the Millennium Falcon and they're like going through, like, I just remember like it was red. I think it's supposed to be salt. It was on that planet, and like that was beautiful. Like there's a lot to the movie that like I think was like, I mean, beautifully made and stuff. But when I'm thinking about its meaningfulness to such, because Star Wars is like, it's like arguably the biggest film franchise like ever, and so that movie is one of the biggest films of this decade. Like, even if it's good or bad, no matter what, it's because of Star Wars. And because of that, I think, since it was so, in my opinion, like meaningless to the actual story, like it makes it a bad movie, because it almost it ruins some elements of the original trilogy and even the prequel. Like, it just goes, in my opinion, so far. And the thing with the lightsaber, I get it's supposed to be like, you know, a metaphor, but it's just not what you would ever expect from Luke, and I think it's just way too far. And so that movie for me is like definitely like one of the worst. When I walked out of the movie theater, it was one of the worst feelings I've had, because it ruined so much for me.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
Yep.
Yeah, like as like an entire experience, I definitely get like how that movie affected, and especially like, yeah, I think Star Wars is like the biggest franchise out there, that, or at least longest running franchise out there. That's like been running in cinematic history, and I feel like having a movie that just like sort of throws it away is very monumental.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, I think we should put it number 10.
I'm trying to think, because I have that at number 8 on my list, like just the new Star Wars trilogy, because I mean, like, my lists, they're all pretty like equal in like how bad they are, I guess. Because my actual like 10 is Men in Black International, which is like the newest one. It doesn't have Will Smith in it. It doesn't have Tommy Lee Jones in it. It doesn't have like any of the original characters in it, and it's just trying to throw like a feminist vibe into a movie franchise that like it really didn't like need that kind of thing because it already was like good as it was, and then they're like, let's just put this really famous actress who's good at what she does and make a movie out of it and put it as a part of a great franchise, and then see how the plot was awful, like it didn't make sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I saw that movie.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't make
It's
sense.
so off from-
There's no connection.
That reminds me of Ghostbusters, the new one. I haven't seen
it's
that,
like that.
but
It's like that,
that's what
exactly.
I'm getting from it.
I mean, it has Chris Hemsworth in it, so it was like, oh, we're gonna get like a ton of people to watch. Like
when it comes to like scary movies, Star Wars and like Men in Black and Ghostbusters,
Hmm.
like all these movies, you have to remember like recreations of what the original product was, like the original Star Wars movies and like what people felt from
Right.
those, and like the same for Ghostbusters and the same for like Scary Movie, because when they came out, they really like all these movies hit it out of the park.
yeah,
And now it's like they try doing something sort of similar, yet like spinning it off.
yeah, but it
And
fell off the
definitely
deep
doesn't
end.
work at
Yeah,
all. And we can see, like, if it's done right, it can work. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if it's done wrong, it can be seen. It can be like taken out of proportion.
no, yeah, that's exactly how I
But I
feel
also
about that.
think like
But
Men in Black and Star Wars are two different things.
no,
they are two different things,
but that's
they're, like, in the basis
why
of,
are
like-
they? Which one should be considered number 10, or should one of them be worse than the other, or should like? I would not be mad if like Men in Black isn't even on this list. To be honest, like I wouldn't be mad because
I
it's
think
kind of
that's
out of the blue.
my thing. Like,
But
Men in Black doesn't matter at all. Like at all.
dang, hero.
Like in any capacity. I
You
didn't
don't like
see
Men in
it.
Black here?
No, Men in Black 1 is fucking fantastic.
Have you guys seen Men in Black 2 with Michael Jackson's
Yes.
cameo? That's
Yes.
so funny.
Yeah.
It's the best.
seeing
I
that.
like
I was
the
like,
second
who's
one the
that
best, to be
Like
honest.
even Michael Now, I do not know what I just said. But I meant Men in Black 3 is watchable. It is good.
Men in Black
it
3 is kind of
It has a the part where they introduce Andy Warhol, who I won 50
Oh,
bucks
yeah.
as when I was 15 for Halloween in a contest for costume.
But that's actually a really good scene. I
It
love
was
that.
wonderful. I just think that movie is like worth watching. Like they bring back Tommy Lee Jones. It's cool. Or is that the second one?
That's no the Are you talking about the movie I'm trying to talk about or no?
Did they all bring back Tommy Lee Jones?
No,
In
not the
every
fourth
single
one.
Men in Black
Not the fourth
movie,
one.
except for the fourth one. They bring back Tommy Lee Jones in some capacity. They're
Yeah, and
like,
I'm talking
"Look,
about the
he's
fourth
back.
one.
Here's Tommy Lee Jones. He's Tommy Lee Jones. There
Look,
you
he's
go.
back. He never
Like,
left, and he's back.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's not that one.
Unrelated to like this like genre of like movie remakings, like for number 9, I put on my list like Grown Ups 2. Because I feel
I think
like
that should be higher.
Movie's trash.
It could be higher. It could be
It should be
higher.
higher.
You're
I
not
think we
allowed
all
to
had it on our
I'm
list. It
legally
could be
not allowed
higher.
to say that.
I'm gonna go, I love those movies. I
I thought they were great,
I
but I
don't
just think they were
I
also
don't
crap.
know why I love them, but I really, really love them. And I know everyone hates Adam Sandler. I love Adam
Okay,
Sandler.
okay. Yeah,
Well,
everyone
no,
hates
no,
him.
He's a funny dude, but like
Just
a
putting
lot
that
of
out
his
there.
movies are just kind of like they're funny, but they shouldn't be considered good.
Oh yeah, like
Okay.
I love bad movies.
I
Don't
can
get me
agree with
wrong. Like I like the what is it called? Tall Girl, like and like Kissing Booth. I fucking love those.
Yeah, those are
movies,
fun to watch and make
but
fun of.
because they're bad. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
The Room.
Yeah.
Like
Real
it's
quick.
like when I watch the Grown Ups, I'm like yeesh, but it's like it's like something like weird. Like you can't like you have to like watch, even though you don't. It's like a weird dynamic.
No, like if it's on TV, I 100% will be watching it.
Yeah.
But it's not something I'll actively go out of my way to be like, oh, let's watch this movie. But I do think it's like hilarious. I think it's humorous and I think it's funny. But it's like,
It's like dad humor though.
yeah, and it's like it's kind of like I don't even know if I want to put it on this plane, but it's like The Room, Tommy Wiseau, where it's like it's funny, but it's like bad funny, you know?
Yeah. Just like real quick backtracking. I think if we are gonna put Star Wars on this list, it can't be anywhere lower than 10, in my opinion.
Well, we
Yeah,
we
I
only
feel
do
I think
10
we
and
both
up.
agree on that.
Yeah.
So let's put Star Wars for number 10. What do you guys think for
Grown
number
Ups
9
is a
besides Grown Up 2?
I think Grown Ups 2 should be up higher,
You think it should be
I
higher?
think there
a
were,
little higher, yeah. I think we have better considerations that we could put at 9.
what do you have for better considerations for it? Because I have like
Me as a personal thing, like the room's not gonna say yes about it at all. So like, don't even worry about
What
it.
do you mean?
Because like I have as number 9 at Snowpiercer, just like the Chris Evans movie. Like I hated
I completely
Snowpiercer.
disagree with that.
I hate
That does not
Snowpiercer.
deserve-
A lot of people disagree with me on it. It's like it's a real thing. Like yeah, I just think it's like a fever dream. That's a movie. Like that's just what it feels like to me. And I know a lot of people disagree with
Movie's
that.
fucking
So that's what I'm
broken,
saying. It's a
dude.
personal thing.
A lot of
Like
people haven't seen this movie, me myself included. So can somebody give me a little rundown?
Chris Evans
So-
has a fever dream on a train.
So basically, the world's ended, and there's the whole world is frozen, and Chris Evans, and there's a train going around to keep humans alive, and like the back of the train is like the poor people, and the front of the train is like the rich people, and Chris Evans ends up being like the leader of the poor people, and they like overtake the train, and the train ends up like part of it blows up, and
Yeah.
they jump out, and that's how basically it ends, but. I definitely,
Yeah.
if I was here for the top 10, I was gonna include that on my top 10.
No.
I thought it was very like I haven't seen a movie like that. I think the ending could have been a bit better, but I thought like for the most part that movie was really damn good in my opinion.
I think the art that goes into it, like the editing and all that stuff, I think that's awesome. Like I think it's artistically very well done, but I just hate the plot.
It definitely sounds like an art piece.
Yeah.
Like have you seen The Lobster?
The movie is fantastic. It just has bad payoff.
Oh,
Exactly.
It just like doesn't give you everything you want out of the movie, and it doesn't tell you enough about what's changed. Like I feel like there's not enough of an evolution of like the situation that the people are in.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
But I don't think but like on that I
Also,
think
like
it's-
from what I'm hearing from it, it does. I don't think it compares
Yeah.
anything.
It's
to, like,
not
Grown-Ups
bad
2.
at all.
No.
yeah, it's
That's
not,
what I'm saying,
it is
like,
not
it
bad
was a
enough.
personal thing.
It's not bad enough at all to go in a top 10 worst movie of the decade. Because I mean, think about hundreds and hundreds of movies. This movie is a lot better than 70% of those.
I'm sure. No. I'm sure that's why I was like, it's a personal thing. The room's gonna like gauge it badly. So like, don't worry about it. Hero,
What are you
can
pointing?
go
What
get
are
your
you
snack
pointing
yourself.
at?
Hero's like just pointing and
Which one
doing
do you
like
want?
signs. to
Don't
get snacks.
don't give him the
Love it.
satisfaction of giving him the snacks.
I wanted to
Because-
acknowledge it on air because you were doing like gang signs to me, and I was like, I was like, I don't know. How
First
do
of
I
all-
feel about this.
Now he's dying.
First of all, I was trying to draw a pretzel in the air because I wanted a pretzel. That's it.
Gang
Or
signs.
you just twerking.
Not everything's
Exactly.
a gang sign, Michael. Just trying to draw a pretzel.
Okay, so is it like Grown Ups 2? What?
You didn't pick it up.
Oh,
flute.
no.
Maybe hopefully it'll pick up. Well, I just did a flute sound.
I still think Grown Ups 2 should be higher, but definitely something else besides my decision
I don't think
should
it
be on 9.
Higher for the simple fact that, like, Aiden's talking about, like, it is entertaining.
It is enjoyable, but I understand. I mean,
Like, I watched it with my parents, and it's like, you know what, like, I'll sit through it, and it's like if I have to kill time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think they
It's-
made that
it's
movie.
bad.
I
To-
think
they didn't make
did
it-
not make that
they
movie
They didn't make
Yeah.
it with the intent of making it good, yeah.
They made it to
did
be
have
stupid.
fun.
Think
No,
about
of course.
Everybody
what
in
it
that
is.
movie seemed like they were having
Exactly.
a fucking blast.
The movie is about a bunch of just old, like 50-year-old friends just screwing with each other. So like, in the end, like that's not gonna be like a critic favorite. That's just gonna
Yeah.
be a stupid movie. People
Good point.
love.
That's true.
Number 9, Grown Ups.
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're gonna include it, I definitely don't think it
Yeah.
belongs lower. Than
Wait, was Apollo 18 made in this decade or last decade?
Check.
That could easily be 9. That easily
I haven't.
10. But no, not 10. Star Wars is better. I keep flipping my good and bad.
Apollo 18, 2011.
Okay, have you guys seen that?
I have not seen it.
Awful. It's like they want to do they want to do it
Animated?
kind of. It's a normal, like it's filmed live action, but they have a lot of like editing and stuff that could be considered animated, I guess. So basically the plot is they do another Apollo mission and they go to the moon and they don't go to the dark side of the moon, and then one day they do go to the dark side of the moon and there's a bunch of aliens on there and they're like little spider crab things and they like get inside you and yeah. That's basically what it is. Yeah, it's like really bad though. Like it's just a really bad plot and it's stupid and they're like all trying to go back home and like not the space station. Well, the space station I think is a part of it, but I don't remember. Anyway, like on the ground the people are like, no, we can't bring you back yet because like you need to either finish what you were sent up there for, like something like that. And they're like, we're not bringing you back. And they're like, I don't even know what they were like crabs, spider things that were rocks, like moon rocks. And once they got inside you, like they started to control you, but it was like, it took
like
time.
Ratatouille.
Like rock.
Kind of, but a little
Like
more gross.
Ratatouille.
And it took like time. Like it wasn't like they just suddenly started controlling you. It's like they like ate you from the inside out, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. And then you turn into a zombie. And then you like try to attack other people and then you die. That's what it is. Yeah, it's really bad.
Trying to show us a visual representation of these spider monkeys.
They're not
Yes.
monkeys,
By
they're
the way
like
it's
crabs.
described, I feel like
You know the it's
Oh shit,
really
that looks
weird.
a little scary.
yes. Yes, it's like those things, and
As long as
they
it's
like
done correctly.
they like crawled out of their.
That looks like something that's like
it's
microscopic and like on your face,
2011,
and
so it's
scientists
like,
are like, "This is on your face," but you don't know it.
So it's it's like that, and that's the plot, and it's a really bad movie. I definitely see that it could definitely be on this list. So
What number are we
as
on?
9.
I think
We're 8, right?
We're an 8 right
Yeah, we
now.
had Star Wars and
number 8
Grown-ups
should be
too.
Thor: The Dark World.
The Dark World. You
hadn't
thought that was
considered
bad?
Thor: The Dark World.
I thought it was okay.
Now I'm gonna give you my reason.
Okay, go for it.
Do it.
Thor 1 comes out in 2011. Did it come out before or after Captain America?
It came out before.
I want.
I thought it was after.
I feel like it came out the same year.
It was about the same year, but I want to know
It
which
was
one
very
first.
close timeline. I want to
Alright.
say it came out. No,
Thor
I
and
want to say it
Captain
came out
America?
before. Which one came first? I want to say it came out before Captain America.
Original Avengers 2011.
12.
12.
12.
They had a lot of movies coming out.
It was the same year, right?
Yeah.
2011, July 19th.
Captain America was the fifth Marvel Studio film with Iron Man, the Hulk, and Thor. Okay, so yes.
Thor came out before.
Thor came out before.
So Thor, being like pretty much sets up the Marvel extended universe, having
Yeah, like outside of Earth.
multiple characters getting solo films. Because first you get Iron Man, then you get Hulk, and
But there's,
everybody
like,
was
6
Hulk
other-
is
yeah.
trash.
Yeah. There's like multiple different versions too, so.
Yeah, and then you get Thor, and Thor is fucking good.
You like Thor? That
I don't
much?
care what anyone says to me. Thor 1 is good.
I agree.
Thor 1 is good. It's witty, the whole thing where he like does the coffee thing the whole way through
Yeah.
the movie. Like it's funny. And they introduced Hawkeye in that movie, like it's a whole thing. So like that movie exists, period.
Period.
It's definitely not a bad movie. But like, just hero.
My point is that then next year Marvel Studios follows it up with The Avengers, which is arguably the best superhero movie of the decade.
It's no. But
No.
keep
Oh wait,
going.
yes.
It's arguably one of them.
Yes, it is one.
Okay,
of them.
I'd argue
it is
Civil
definitely
War-
the most
Ci-
influential.
Civil
Thor
War is the best
Ragnarok.
one, but that's okay.
What?
Civil War.
Civil War is the best one.
Civil War is
I feel like.
but that's okay.
I feel like
We're not
Ragnarok
talking
is
about
up
that
there.
right now.
Well, okay.
Okay, about
Endgame.
Thor.
I'm
About
talking
Thor.
about-
I'm talking
Go
about
to
why
Thor.
Thor
Go to
Ragnarok
Thor.
Source. So they follow
No,
up.
Ragnarok.
You know what I meant. Ragnarok's great.
Ragnarok, the third one, is definitely the best one.
Ragnarok is the third one, and it's definitely the best one.
Keep going.
Yes.
Establish this.
Thor: The Dark World is trash, and they followed it up. They followed Avengers up with Thor: The Dark World, and then it's trash, and that's why I think it should be on this list. Is because that movie sucks dick, and it doesn't follow up any of what Thor 1 set up with, like Thor's redemption and Thor being like this god that is like the savior of human. It's like this whole thing. Like they just don't do anything about it, and then it all ends up being about like Loki's death and like the death of all his parents and shit. And I'm like, I don't need his parents to die and for everyone he knows to die. Like I don't need there to be an inevitable fat Thor. I need good stories. Like I need you to not have to write yourself out of a hole where he like gets drunk and plays Fortnite. Like that's not what I need. Like
Wait, is Thor 2 the one where they're like him and Loki on the ship, and they're like, he's like smashing all the buttons. He's like, yeah, hit it harder, it'll like work or something like that.
No, that's
Is that the
Thor
third one?
Ragnarok.
It is.
I'm pretty sure that's Thor Ragnarok, right? Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thor
No,
Ragnarok-
wait. Which one is the one where Loki's trapped? No. That's the second one. Loki's the one. He's imprisoned in the basement.
Loki's always trapped.
That's true.
Yeah,
He's
Someone's
Loki-
being the
imprisoned in the
I lose
jokester.
track of where Loki goes. Like,
Loki's dead.
We don't know that for sure. He's getting his own
Like,
series on Disney Plus.
getting
No,
the-
he's not.
The Tesseract in that alternate reality they created.
This has just become a superhero
yes.
episode.
Yeah. Again.
realize that.
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
You can't get that back.
Yeah.
What did you just say? What did I just miss?
Yeah, there's a Loki series coming out on Disney Plus.
I completely forgot.
Oh.
Like it's been
What was
known,
it?
and
What was
his
it?
like
What was it?
his
Okay,
logo
so-
is like a
so-
bunch of
so they
stolen
created
letters
an
from the
alternate
other
reality
things.
in
It's
order
great.
To get these like the fragments of the past.
Yeah.
So they can get all the stones. And spoiler alert. And then
Yeah, because no
I
one's
think
seen it.
everybody's seen it by now.
They low-key give Iron Man like just a blood clot or something in his heart.
Yeah.
It wasn't a blood clot. It was
he
an
was
They
like-
gave him
arrhythmia.
a blood clot.
Something was
It was an
happening.
arrhythmia. He was
Something
trying
was
to, or
happening.
Are you talking about
dysrhythmia.
Endgame?
Sorry,
Yeah,
he was trying to get him to stop his heart.
A minor heart dysrhythmia. And then,
Yeah.
and then just like the Tony Stark was just on the floor, and then Loki just grabs the Tesseract, and he was like,
Yes,
"Deuces."
exactly. Meaning he's alive.
Yeah, and
So
then-
he's
and sending
alive.
me the show.
The
Whoa,
Loki in
Loki's
that
alive.
universe is alive.
Oh, yo, Loki in that universe, not the.
I
Yeah.
was wondering.
Okay,
I was
but
like, where did
technically
Loki
they
go?
went
We just
back in
forgot about
time,
him.
Set
did
up
they
the
not?
multi-universes theory.
The
Fuck
point
them.
is,
We hate them.
Thor: The Dark World is definitely the worst Avengers movie.
Yes. So should
Yeah.
we put it at number 8?
I don't even think it should be on this
Okay, so,
list
like-
because it's Marvel. Like Marvel actually like most of their movies are pretty darn good.
But
Except
you can't. We can't
I feel
judge
like
it based
one
off
of the
Yeah, we
Hulk
can't
movies would
base
rather
it-
be on this though than
we
Thor: The
can't-
Dark World.
We can't judge
But
it.
I don't. Again, I don't care about the Hulk.
No, but that's why I'm saying it
Hulk
should
came
be
out
on the
before,
list.
though. It's like,
come out like 2008 or something.
yeah,
I think it
came
was
out in
2008.
I feel like that would be more of a reason to put it on the list versus just like, oh,
First of all,
it
it's not
isn't
in
that
this
great. What?
Second of all, I don't care about Hulk 2 internet. Internet,
No.
who knows?
But that's the point.
Okay,
It's supposed
but
to be
like,
bad movies. You know?
Compared. Okay. Regardless of Thor: The Dark World, and we all know it's like the worst, or like just like the black sheep of the Avengers movies.
It should not be on
I
this
put
list.
the Emoji Movie for number 8, and I feel like that is.
I think it should be
the
much
worst,
higher.
like
Sausage
a worse
movie.
one.
I-
The Sausage Party.
I didn't
Oh,
say it,
Sausage
it just
Party, I
looked
remember that.
terrible.
Oh, I saw it, and it was there was a thing that
Yeah, that
happened.
was really
It was a thing that
weird.
happened.
That
That
movie was
was-
It wasn't that
weird.
great, I promise.
And I know we're like nowhere close right now, but I just want to say for number 1, when we get there, I think After Earth should be number 1.
Is that the Jaden
So-
Smith, Will Smith one?
Yeah.
Okay, I
I
haven't
don't
seen it.
remember.
I just wanna
I
put that
remember
there
watching
so
it,
we
but I
can
don't
keep
remember
that
the plot
in our
at
I
all.
minds.
watched that in the movie.
It needs to
theater.
be on this list somewhere. It was awful.
Ben, stop.
He-
Just for context,
Ben is-
people, Ben is messaging
Yeah.
us and he's saying like put Bird Box on there.
Yeah, I definitely.
I can agree with that. I didn't like
I
it.
saw After Earth with my dad,
That's what my mom.
and we just like sat there, and then we were like, looking at this, and then I realized, Will Smith can only play Will Smith in all his movies.
even in the one movie coming out at Christmas, it's like the birds that are like spies or whatever. Like he's a spy and then he gets turned
It's
into
like,
a bird
Will
by
Smith
Tom
plays the
Holland.
bird that
Yeah.
is Will Smith.
He's literally Will Smith as a bird in the
Yeah,
movie. Like
I
his
just
spy
cannot
is
vision
Will Smith.
anything else.
Oscar and
But,
Shark Tale,
yeah,
Will
this-
Smith as a
this movie's
fish.
terrible, but I think it had like I remember reading about this movie because it had the marketing for this movie was like one of the largest in the decade. It had a
I remember when it came
massive
out. I
marketing
remember
budget.
No,
seeing
I
all
didn't.
everything
Yeah,
for
it was
it.
everywhere.
But like everyone, like I mean, I haven't seen it in so long, so like
Yeah.
I barely remember what it's about. I just remember like how bad it was, how poorly it was received, and like I was curious. I was looking up like some of the worst movies, and like number 1, like at the top 5, it all had After Earth, and so I definitely think it just needs to be on the list.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Did everybody see After Earth?
Have not
No.
seen it.
Oh, well, actually, that's not true. I have seen it. I just don't remember it. Okay, we should keep this dialogue going.
All right.
Well,
Number
Hero
8,
was
right?
just brushing his
is
hair
it,
with
like
a piece of
compared to
plastic.
the
So
movies I have at least in my personal list, it's not as bad as the movies I have here. Because I put a lot of Netflix original movies.
I have a lot of Netflix originals too.
she's giving you gang signs, my dude.
All right. Monica's giving us
I like
size.
that.
It's the other way around. It's 3-0. Weird. I was like, we're not in minute 3.
30 minutes and we'll have 2 movies.
All right.
So should we just put Thor just?
No, I don't think it belongs on the list.
Maybe
I
maybe
think-
Bird Box.
Okay, yeah. Honestly,
Bird Box at 8.
Honestly,
I think we can throw
Bird
Bird
Box.
Box at 8.
Bird Box.
Bird Box.
Yeah,
at
just
8.
throw Bird Box in at 8.
That
Just
movie
for
was
Ben's
everywhere.
happiness
Alright.
and Maya's.
And my happiness. I didn't like that
movie too.
movie.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Carmen's
Okay.
Number
turn.
7, I put for my personal list. I put Marlon Wayans' Pinnacle of Beauty. That's Naked. That's literally him just got jacked for this movie.
Oh, wait, I
And then
remember
He's
this.
just like
Wait.
walking naked.
Yeah.
It's like it's Groundhog Day, but Marlon Wayans is getting married, but he's naked in an elevator.
Oh.
That's literally the entire movie.
I don't remember when I saw that movie, but I saw that movie.
I was like,
And I
how?
liked it.
How do you like that movie?
Oh my god.
Look, when I'm not that judgy with movies, and so when something's like just stupid, I like it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But I mean, I understand completely how you could put it on this list. Like, it's not a good movie, but did I like it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it can be entertaining without being the perfect movie.
Right. I had Green Lantern as 7, but like I don't. Those are 2
I think
separate.
that belongs higher. Could have
Really?
done so much better. Could have done so much better.
Oh,
I feel
obviously,
like
but
the
I'm
source
like,
worse
material.
movies than Green Lantern, but also like the budget for these movies that we're talking about. Whoa,
The scene where he's in the air hangar and the dude like pops his head in and he's like, "Oh, I'm a cloud." Movie sucks dick.
I want to throw something in for number 7.
such a poet.
That did something completely different, but I thought it was just awful. Bandersnatch. I
oh
thought.
wait, the
I
one
like
where you like pick
Bandersnatch.
out what's
That's
up.
that
You know
Netflix.
what?
I didn't. Okay.
I give the writers the benefit of the doubt
Is
simply
Bandersnatch
because it's so
considered a
difficult to write a
movie?
story that way.
It is. That is true. That's why when I was thinking about it, I didn't know if like any of y'all would agree. But I just think they should. I think they shouldn't have done it until they knew it was going to be good.
Exactly.
And
I
it
completely
was
agree
not
with that.
good.
It was
Yeah,
not good. I did
I
not like it
feel
at
like
all.
they shit it out just
And it was
because they.
hyped. It was like really hyped.
Yeah,
was
they were
really
like,
hyped.
"It's you can interact with the movie. Oh my god, let's
it
do
definitely
it."
looked pretty.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool.
Yeah.
Like they had
It
different
has the eyebrow
the
dude
same
in it.
consistency
The eyebrow
that they
guy.
have
Yeah.
cinematography wise in
Eustace.
Black Mirror.
Did you guys get the ending where the dude jumps off the
Yes.
porch?
Yes.
That was my first ending.
That was my
like,
first ending
I got that
too.
one third, and I was like, "Fuck."
No,
Oh,
my second
Found.
ending. No, I'm kidding. My first ending was like, when like the meta commentary was happening in the therapist's office. What? Monica, our producer, literally about to hit me in the face. Bandersnatch? Yeah, it's a movie.
I guess it's an interactive movie.
It's an interactive movie made by the same people who make
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. But yeah, it
Isn't
definitely
it an
shouldn't
episode
belong
of
on
Black
this
Mirror in
list.
a
I
way?
propose Naked because it's like the most batshit backwards thing that like it's like just like get that Groundhog Day formula and just like shit it out on like Netflix original.
Okay, so-
with Marlon Wayans getting jacked and naked.
Should
Why not-
Midsummer be on this list?
Green Lantern at 6
Midsummer
and then
by
Naked
Ari
at 7.
Aster.
Yes.
No, it does not belong on this list. Why would you say something like that? I'm offended.
So I saw Midsummer on a date, and Midsummer is a really fucking weird movie.
It is really weird.
And apparently, my friend saw a cut of it that it is even weirder. And I
What
wanna
is
see
Midsummer?
that cut.
I haven't seen it. Can you please explain?
Watch it. It's good.
It is
but
a.
It's not good.
It's about a girl who goes on a retreat. Almost, she's invited on a retreat to Sweden, sort of like for a study thing, and she has like a really troubled life. I won't spoil it. She has a really troubled life, and she just gets caught up in this retreat, and you follow her story through it. I find it beautiful and amazing.
Judging by, because Hereditary was absolutely
Oh, yes.
phenomenal.
Oh, my God,
So
yes, it
judging
was.
by that, I cannot see a universe where he makes a second movie that isn't somewhat good.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and it's his style. It really is his style. That weird little just it's not horror. It's like jump scare, like cheesy jump scares. It's
Yeah.
like real good horror. I
It's
think.
like, yeah, I mean, this isn't Midsummer, but when I took my friends to see Hereditary, like,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't like it. But, like, if you really just if you watch that movie, like, more than once or
Yeah,
just...
I've seen it like 8 times.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
even kidding.
It's really good, and so I haven't seen Midsummer yet, but
Mm-hmm.
I definitely don't think that movie
Yeah.
be anywhere near here, judging by Hereditary.
Does anybody else have any suggestions for number 7?
I think 7 should be. 6 and 7 should be like Green Lantern and Naked, like whichever one you want to put it.
I think Green Lantern should be
Transformers 4
higher.
and 5.
So why don't you put Green Lantern at 6?
I was waiting to say that Transformers.
Which one? Which Transformers
I
are we
honestly
talking
don't
about?
know, just the bad one,
The new ones.
the newer ones.
All right, so
I can
right
agree
now we're
with
on
that.
number 5, and for number
The
5,
Mark Wahlberg ones.
Mark
Even though I
Wahlberg's
love
one-
him because he's from Boston.
I agree.
I fucking love him. Ted is genius, but like, fuck him.
This really hurts
Poor
me to
man.
say because I love this film series. The new Pirates of the Caribbean.
The new one with
Yeah.
the like their son
The
like
one from
looking around.
2017,
Yeah,
like Dead Man Tell No Tales. I think that
I
should
haven't
be on
seen
this
that one.
list.
Is it?
it's
Was it that bad?
it's William and
It's
Elizabeth's
pretty-
son like trying to find Jack basically.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, and the only reason I liked it was because they killed off a really like meaningful character, and it was just sad, and like I was like, oh god, you know.
Agreed.
And it almost made me like be like, oh, I'm getting older because like. that was
Yeah,
sad.
dang. Childhood's over, man.
It because of that series, like when I was a kid, like that series holds a special place in my heart. Like I remember like being at Disney World going to see the ride, and just I loved that series when I was a kid, and so watching that new one, it was
I agree.
awful. It was
I agree.
disappointing. and
It was
really
painful
awful.
to watch.
Yeah. At a point, I thought.
And we were all excited because we're like, it's Elizabeth
Exactly.
and Will's son. Yay.
Exactly.
Like, they're back in the movies. Wait, what about the one before that, though? What about the one where, like, they're not even in it at all?
You mean mermaid sex in a
Yes.
water hole?
Yes, that one. The one, it's,
Oh god, it's the
I don't
funniest
remember what it's called,
description.
but it doesn't have, like, Will or Elizabeth or any of that plot line's gone. No, not that one, the one
Murder
before that.
Mermaid blowjobs?
Yes, that's
Question
literally
in
what
a
it's
puddle?
about.
Question mark.
It's got Sam Claflin in it.
Jack is it in?
He's in it, yeah, but like it's not like the main
If
cast.
we're talking about like number 5, I don't feel like Pirates of the Caribbean deserves that place. Like for number 5
fourth
in
one?
my personal list, I put Tall Girl / Sierra Briggs is a loser
Death Note.
because like at least like just the entirety of both of those movies
Yeah.
are just like backwards.
I think those
like,
should be higher.
Bullshit. Like Sarah Birch is just the justification of like, oh, if you're not like socially like or conventionally beautiful, you can be an asshole and everybody.
Yeah, you can be an asshole and everyone will
you can be
like
an
you.
asshole or whatever. And then Tall Girl is just like. That's
I've
the
not
most
seen Tall Girl.
backwards fucking logic I've ever fucking heard.
The ending of Tall Girl is a good twist, though, and that's the only reason I don't want it on this list. Just because they set up the end of that movie well.
They literally thought of that in like 30 seconds. Somebody
Dang.
literally, they were like sitting down and they were like, you know what, we should make a Netflix original. I was like, all right, what should we do? This guy should have you know what, there should be a tall girl and then there should be a guy who's short. And then this guy instead of having a book bag, this guy has a little stool thing. And then
It's a
and then
crate.
and then a little crate. And then he carries his books around and whatever. And then at the end of the movie he's like, oh, why do you have that? I was like, so I can finally do this. And he kissed her and that's it. Boom.
Is that how it
the
actually
Hannah
goes?
Montana episode
boring
on this,
shit.
actually.
First of all, that's exactly how they got $5 million from Netflix, and you're talking.
I don't give a fuck
you're-
how much
you're
money
ta-
they got.
You're
from
talking.
Netflix. It's
I don't even know
No,
how
they got that much
they-
money because
I don't even know.
of,
I don't even care. I don't even know how
TikTok.
much they got that money. You
They
are
have
TikTok's
a
the
line
reason
that's
why.
like, you know what I have to do? I have to wear size 13 men's to school.
Yeah, exactly.
now I know
TikTok.
the movie,
I was like,
Movies
Yeah.
trash. I'm not arguing
that
that the
is.
movie's
I
not.
was like, wow.
My life is so
I-
difficult.
Also, for reference, we go to college in New Orleans, and that movie was shot.
Oh,
in
yeah,
New
that
Orleans,
movie was shot in
and
New Orleans.
it looks terrible for being shot in New Orleans.
Yeah, like I feel
It's
like there's a lot
ridiculous.
of talent here, and they grabbed like the worst people to do every job. They're like, all right, let's make a movie because that movie just like. I saw that movie the second week I started living in New Orleans, and I was like, this is just a gross misrepresentation.
Here's how I felt
New
when I
Orleans.
watched the movie. Like, I don't need another movie about a tall girl with a tight blonde ponytail who's just like upset about life. Like, that's not what I need in 20.
You don't like a coming of age story about
I don't like a
quirky
coming of
girl
age
with
story about
size
blonde,
Size 13
legs.
sneakers.
blonde girls who are destined to enjoy White Claws. Like, it's not who I am. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'm looking just at pictures of it. it just I agree with whatever you said. it like the it says when you don't fit in, stand tall, and that makes me.
There's literally, you know, I'm gonna try to explain how
We dissuaded him from
fucking
watching it.
backwards the logic is in the universe created in the tall girl world or mythos or whatever. So there's this scene where her parents are like not as tall as her. Like she's like it was like a genetic whatever.
She's just
And
6'4", her parents are 5'2".
Like fucking 6'4", and her parents are like fucking 5'9". It's like making no sense. And they
Also,
his parents
for
wanted-
reference, she's 6'1" in the movie. Like in
oh,
high school,
they
I
make
had
her
a,
look like she's fucking 10 feet tall.
yeah, like
They project those
described her as
shots.
6'1". Like one of my girlfriends in high school was 6'3", and like she had a fine life. She lived her best existence. Like, she's chilling.
Yeah, I also saw her height. She wasn't that fucking tall.
Yeah, no, they were like, let's make her 8 feet tall, and let's make all of her friends 5'5", and let's see what happens.
It just
like-
sounds awful. I mean, I also dated a girl that was like 6'1", and like if it's about her having a difficult life, like no, like if you're I'm
No, it's
guessing,
just no.
yeah, from what how she seemed like maybe someone would be like, hey, you're tall. And he's like, okay,
But it's like
thank you.
Yeah.
every interaction she has in this movie.
It's about her height.
It's about her height.
Yeah.
Like even,
Okay.
even her,
Put it.
it's
Do you
like
know why they
her
picked
eating
that girl
dinner
to
with
play
her
the movie
parents
though?
Being like, honey, you're too tall. what the
Dude,
fuck?
That's true.
I'm not gonna watch the trailer for this movie.
Do you know like why that girl was specifically picked for that role though?
No, I
Wasn't it 'cause,
really
like, Dance
wanna know.
Moms or
She was
something?
on Dance Moms, and she was kicked out because she was too tall in comparison
which
to
one
the
is
other
it?
girls.
Oh,
I watched
or
Dance
so.
Moms. Which one was it?
Do you not remember this episode? Like Abby kicked out this one girl because she like was taller than everybody else, and
That's what I
that
think
was
it is.
literally the only reason why.
I'm
This
gonna
is
put
her
photo
revenge
for
story.
Oh, by the
That's her
way,
revenge
my
story.
PE teacher in high school is best friends with Abby from Dance Moms, and
Isn't
she
she in
acts
jail?
just like her. I don't. She's been
was-
jailed.
she was
She's
in
been
jail.
jailed multiple
Going on
times.
such a tangent.
It is. It is.
So
Got to
like
Dance
she
Moms
acted
now.
just like Abby, and yeah, it was low key a nightmare.
Alright, so for
Tall girls, what, 5?
yeah, tall girls 5,
I think Sierra Burgess can be higher.
I think it
Um,
can be too.
but I feel like.
But there's
we got-
also
we got some
what about
juicy
Death Note
stuff
though?
coming
We
up.
do
Is
have
Death
some
Note
juicy
even
stuff.
gonna be where should?
Oh, I put Death Note for me in 2. I put 2
2?
different movies in 2 because I wanted.
You
like,
thought it
talk
was
about
that bad?
What? Oh, Death
I thought it was
Note?
bad, but I mean like. If it were less about the anime and like kind of its own little thing, it could have been like better,
But I feel
obviously.
like
but
it's definitely it's split because I'm such a fan of like the original.
no,
like,
yeah, obviously,
the original
same.
content.
Like
and-
Turner.
Like, if-
Hi, my
if-
name's Light
If you have 2 hours to spare, please do anything else than watch the movie Death Note.
Hi, my name is Light Yagami.
What
It's
do you-
spelled
what do you
like
guys think
the
should be
symbol
on
of the
number 4?
moon.
Let's see.
Light Turner.
Did any of y'all see? This came out, I think, like I don't know, 2011 or something. It's Huntsman with one of the Hemsworth brothers.
It's the Snow White one.
Snow
I
White
actually
one.
like that movie though. That's it has Kristen Stewart in it. She's Snow White. She's like trapped in a basement. She escapes, and he's the huntsman trying to get her back. And then he falls in love with her.
In the same way that like I haven't seen After Earth since 8 years
Mm.
ago. Like I don't remember much. I just remember like just wasn't good.
Oh no, I used to stand. I still low key kind of stand Kristen Stewart. So like it's
So
like
you're just
it's
biased.
burned in here. Yeah, it's like burned
That's
in here.
understandable.
I mean, Twilight came out when I was 8 years old. I like fell in love with it.
Have you guys seen?
What is it? You think Into the
Jupiter
Woods was
Ascending?
bad?
I know.
Into the Woods is a musical, like a Broadway like
exactly
musical.
what you're about to put in. Eddie Redmayne's worst performance of all time.
Alright, so
Eddie Redmayne is
I
a
watched-
god, and whatever lines they gave him need to be burned and sent to hell.
For
Alright,
what?
Okay, so there's this movie called Jupiter Ascending.
Oh.
It has a very popular cast. Like the cast is like very known stars. Mila Kunis is the protagonist, and it has what's this guy's name? What's his face? Channing Tatum, Eddie Redmayne, and this movie falls so flat on its fucking face that it is astounding. Like I watched this movie with my dad, and my dad fucking loves sci-fi movies, and he loves like all sci-fi movies. And then we walked
Mine
out of
too.
the movie theater, and he was like, "That's fucking bullshit." And I
Damn.
was like, "Yes, that movie was so goddamn bad.
Mhm.
Like it was so bad. Like if you, like you should watch it just because you're like, just to like see like witness like what people are able to do when nobody wants to be there. And I'm about to put it at number 4 because I think that movie.
I had Last Airbender at 4.
so bad.
Ew.
Oh, are you okay?
Well, he's been
Heroes-
brushing his hair with
Hero
this
just
orange
died.
piece of plastic
Heroes
from
died.
our Reese's peanut butter whatever bag. I'm just concerned for your well-being, sir.
Y'all call me
Okay,
out
are we
too
at number
much on
3?
the internet. I'm gonna exit.
If you act like that, you deserve to be called out.
Heroes, thank you. Everybody. Let's give 1 second.
Hold on.
All right.
I'm gonna go with.
It's a process.
Process.
Well, because I only made a list of the ones that I like. Picked to
The
be
ones that you
The
like.
ones
the
that
ones
you
I
like.
picked to be the worst, not that I put them in an order. So, I think I want to go with The Hobbit: Battle of Five Armies.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The Hobbit should not be on this
Just
list.
because-
The
just
Hobbit should
hear
not
me
be
out,
on this
just because,
list.
Like, I thought you were gonna say like God is not dead or some shit like
Movies
that.
on that
I haven't
scale
seen
should
that
not
movie.
be-
Like, fuck that shit.
On this list
But,
at
like,
all.
Oh, I saw God is not dead. I didn't put number 2 because I didn't see it because I saw the fucking first one.
Here's what
And
I'm
like,
saying.
that movie deserves to be there.
Here's what I'm saying. That movie lost me.
Hero, what is it with you and like all these like major movies that you're just like, this should be on the list?
Because I could have made it better and fuck them. And now I can't make it. That's how I feel about Star
Heroes
Wars.
incredibly humble today.
It's like, I want to remake M. Night. Oh, actually, number 1 is Avatar. Number 2 is Battle of Five Armies.
Avatar.
I wanna
No.
remake
no,
it.
we are about to. We're about
The
to-
Last Airbender? Question mark.
It's the worst movie ever.
The Last Airbender.
I want it at 4.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but I
No,
mean,
I feel like Heroes right. Last Airbender should be a higher.
Like,
up
it
there.
actually makes me want to set myself on fire because this is the wrong dimension.
Like there's definitely like. Yeah, when it comes to like bad movies with like astounding budgets and just like completely not doing what they have to do or just not following the source material, I'd say like The Last Airbender and the Death Note movie definitely are up there.
I think I think they can be respectfully like 3 and 4.
No, Death Note is like as just a standalone movie. What they did in that movie makes no sense.
I know, but
'Cause,
still.
like I watched it.
I feel
twice.
like there's better movies to put at the top though.
What are better movies?
Suicide
Like
Squad.
I said, for one, Human Centipede, but we're all in a consensus that horror movies don't belong here, I
feel
guess.
like that should be an honorable mention. You know what I mean?
Batman vs. Superman is at my number 2. And Vampires Suck is at my number 3 because it's supposed to be some kind of satirical something, and it just came out like basically like Grown Ups, where it's like it's just humorous to be humorous. But yeah, I don't think The Last Airbender should be like up the top
I saw
3.
Vampires Suck. I feel like we can put that one next to like Grown Ups.
Like it's just a bad satire. Yeah.
It's like the one where like the girl's a vampire and like
It's-
she's
it's-
dating-
They're making fun of it's a Twilight like making fun of whatever, but it's just a really bad parody of it that became a movie.
I think it should go like this. I think it should go number 3, Death Note. Number 2,
Are we gonna put Suicide Squad on this list?
Suicide Squad should probably be 3, and then Batman vs Superman 2.
Batman vs Superman. I hate that fucking movie. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but I don't think it deserves to be on this list.
But it was
But Suicide
awful.
Squad also like
Suicide Squad, yes. Suicide Squad.
I
was
like
gonna put in
Suicide
number
Squad
2.
better than I like Batman vs Superman.
Then you have a problem.
No, I don't. I'm obsessed with DC
Suicide
Comics.
Squad
You know
is a
this.
2 long hour trailer. It was created like
Yes.
the
Suicide
movie
Squad?
was edited
But
by
it was a good looking trailer.
It was
Suicide
not
Squad?
It wasn't
looking. The
bland.
graphics-
What are we talking about?
Graphics,
Suicide Squad?
Yeah,
Okay.
the graphics were Carmen, can you
Yeah.
please take
Okay,
this?
but it was
I know you-
appealing to
you
the
feel
eye.
passionate about Suicide Squad being in this list.
Yeah, the dialogue I really hated. I rewatched part of it recently, like last week, I think. Just the dialogue was really awful, and just
Yeah.
everything was just like off. All the logic was off, and I know it's like a superhero, so it doesn't have to make the most sense. But it was just like every little thing. I was just like, why would that happen? Or just like everything was just so weird. And also trying to take all these different characters and give them a little 30-second like background story and try to make us care about them. Like I do not care about Deadshot if I know like 30 seconds of his background.
No, of
and try to like
course.
combine all these stories into one. It just I don't know. It was a weak story for me.
I believe it should be on the list, but
Yeah.
I believe it was more entertaining than Batman vs Superman, and it wasn't bland like Batman vs
I
Superman.
really disagree because like Suicide Squad was definitely created for kids with ADD.
yeah.
Okay, well,
Because
at me a little bit, but still.
No, I know because I have that.
It was made for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like the entire craftsmanship of this movie, like specifically the graphics that go on in this movie, because the first 40 minutes are just an exposition presenting these main characters.
Yeah.
And like, oh, who they are, why
Yeah.
they're like locked up or
Yeah.
whatever. And the graphics are my niche. Like that's like what I look at that movie and I'm just like, ugh.
They could
Like,
be better.
yuck.
Yeah, of course.
Because I look at those graphics and they look atrocious.
Yeah.
Like I saw that movie with I saw that movie when it was I think I saw it in when it lived back in Honduras, and it was like everything was in Spanish and it looked like bad, and I was like, oh well, maybe when they dubbed it and then they changed it, like all the lines. And they like made it worse, and then I saw it like in English when I saw it in like a DVD.
Like, this is
Yeah, you're
just
like,
as
no.
bad.
What the fuck is that? So I was like, okay, so they didn't do anything, so it just looks really bad. It's like a sore, you know. It's like you don't want to look, but it's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
But you know how at the end of like Batman versus Superman, how like the rocks and all that like fly up and everybody's like, Superman's alive.
But-
yeah, that was one of the most disappointing things ever. Like, because it was supposed to be like, let's hype this up, and then it was like, no, like, sorry, no, this is not worth it.
All right.
So, I just think, and it was a really long movie, was it not? Like, I
I
blocked
have
a lot
not
of it
seen
out of my
Batman
brain.
versus Superman.
I saw
Don't.
I won't watch it.
Versus Superman 3 times.
Why?
Isn't it really long?
It's fucking long.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bad movie. I'm not arguing if it's a bad
No,
movie.
of
but
course.
I'm arguing if it's top 3 and it's not top 3.
I think it's top 3 because it's
You know,
bland.
because we have movies like Death Note. You've seen the original anime.
If-
Have you read the manga?
Yeah.
Like, so you know how much they butchered the original
No.
piece.
Oh yeah. No.
And discussing
Absolutely.
Also, like the Last Airbender,
Uh-huh.
they also butchered the fuck out of the story.
Well, yeah, but I still think that like that should be 3 and 4, like whichever you want as far as that goes. But like
3 and 4?
I think that one
No,
could
I
be
wanna move
considerably
forward
worse
because
than
I
the
feel like
other.
if something's perfectly on this list is number 4 being Jupiter Ascending.
I can't really say I've seen that. So if I
My
did, I
dad's
probably
listening
fell
to this,
asleep
he
during it.
understands it so well.
Yeah, like-
that man hates that movie.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just I don't think
Thanks, Monica.
I'm thinking. Let me think out loud.
After
Like-
Earth should be on this list somewhere. It should be.
After
After
was
Earth?
created after before the second, I think.
No, it was 2011.
Yeah.
Or 13 or something.
No
I don't know.
Yeah. That's because I didn't think it was, and then it was.
Oh,
Nah, I
it
still
is
think-
2013.
I really think it needs.
I'll stand
to be
beside.
on this list.
Okay, well
What I
then,
said.
what's the list right now?
All right.
So the list that we have right now is number 10 Star Wars 2, the new ones that came out. Grown Ups 2 / Vampire Sucks for number 9. 8 Bird Box. 7 Naked. 6 The Green Lantern. 5 Tall Girl. 4 Jupiter Ascending. And we have the last 3.
3 Suicide Squad. 2 Death Note. 1 After Earth.
You passionately hate that movie.
I just remember I hated it.
I know it's bad, but
Yeah, yeah.
I just still think it's kind of like passive enough to be like, does it really
It's
matter?
passive?
Dude, I'm
what?
as much of a fan of Death Note as you are. I promise.
No.
I
It's
still
not
just
gonna
think
be
it's
equally as
it's just
offended.
another Netflix adaptation that sucks, you know?
But it
It's still a movie though, so it's still
it's
But-
worthy of being on the list.
yeah, like
No,
it's
I'm not
Netflix,
saying
doesn't
it's
change.
yeah. Like I feel like because it's a Netflix adaptation that it should be lower because we always expect Netflix adaptations to be.
Always expect Netflix
Yeah,
to
I
be
definitely.
bad.
Yeah, I don't
disagree
expect
with
much from
that.
Netflix.
I think Netflix is just you don't expect anything.
I don't expect
Yeah.
anything
Right,
from them.
so
That's why I
that's
get
why I'm
surprised when they
thinking, like-
release movies like Roma.
On like the subscription based originals episode, like for Netflix, it's like you get moments where you find really good stuff, and then
Mm-hmm.
like maybe you have to go through 5 movies or 5 series to get to another next one.
No, yeah.
That's good. But at the same time, like it's worthwhile because like the ones that hit hard. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, but it's still I don't know.
I
Just
think
go
we
with
should
it.
put number 3 Suicide Squad / Death Note.
Okay.
That
Both
could
are-
work.
Yeah.
I still want both of them lower, but it'll be
What is
fine.
Hero doing right now?
Thank you.
I think Hero wants the number 1 spot to be Frozen.
No. Frozen's a great movie.
Yeah,
Heroes-
see, he
Heroes
was
of
telling
the
me it should not be
Fuck
on the
you,
top 10.
Frozen's fantastic.
Wait, you just had an argument
is
with me like
fantastic.
2 days ago about how awful it was.
I am very hyped for Frozen 2. Not gonna lie.
Thank you. Somebody agrees.
Every part of me is very excited for that movie.
I wanted it at our number 10 spot on our top 10 best of the decade, and he said no.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bit fun.
Well, they were making fun of every other movie I said, so I was like, at least Frozen, maybe?
I mean, I definitely think there's 10 movies that are much better than the
Oh,
decade.
come on. Okay, but at least you think it's good. He was like, no.
Maybe of that year Frozen came out, yes.
What year
But,
was
like,
that? Was it 2014, 15?
13.
13?
It was 13 or 12. It's
That
13 or
was-
12.
We just named every year.
It was the year before Big Hero 6 came out, and that came out in
Big Hero
2013
6
or
was
14.
29, wait, no,
Fantastic.
never mind.
2014.
Big Hero 6 is
2014.
amazing. I love it.
Yeah, okay. I was
I
looking
can
at Frozen
quote
2. I was like,
the whole
20 minutes, I was
movie.
like, the fuck, this movie came out?
So are we left with number 2 and number 1?
Yes.
I firmly believe that number 2 should be Kissing Booth.
I'm cool with that.
Haven't seen it.
We
I
could do
haven't seen
Kissing
it
Booth.
either, but
It's like
the aftermath
Call
was oof.
Oh yeah,
But,
I know
like,
what this one
worse.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one where
It's
like
so
she likes a guy, so she
worse.
opens a kissing booth to
That's why it's
kiss
higher
him.
on the list.
Yeah, it's like she's just a quirky gal.
I
and
think
she
Sierra is
likes
Sierra
this
Burgess on the
boy.
list. I feel like Sierra Burgess has to be on the list. Remember when she was
Call
like
Girl is in number 5
slash Sierra. Can we
I
put
feel
Sierra
like that
Burgess
should be
slash?
worse.
Can we put Sierra Burgess
Kissing
with
Booth,
Kissing
though.
Booth though instead of Tall Girl? 'Cause
I think it's
I agree with
worse.
that.
Sierra Burgess, remember that scene where she was like in the parking lot and she got her friend to like try to kiss this man? She's like, wait, you have to close your eyes. And Sierra Burgess like comes like from crawling underneath the car, and she's like, she kisses this boy like with his eyes closed. I'm just like, bro, you can't do that.
That's not consensual.
It's not consensual at all.
It's
That movie was. Put that at number
God
2,
awful.
please. Let's
Yeah,
put that
I
with
will.
whatever we just put.
What's that guy's name? Noah Centineo.
Yeah. Centineo.
Put it,
Yeah.
put it on the list.
Oh my god!
Everybody
Yeah.
I don't
just
know, I
His neck
don't
is
get it.
huge.
hates
His
this
neck
man,
is
and
huge.
what has he done to make people
His
like
neck
not
is
like
huge.
him?
Pull
Just
up a picture
acting
of his
bad
neck.
things.
Okay,
I don't.
Basically,
I don't
I want to
either.
complain.
His
really
movies
quick,
just
like
suck.
a small tangent. Kissing Booth. The last scene in Kissing Booth is this guy like leaving to the airport because he's gonna study at quote. I'm doing air quotes. Quote Harvard unquote. And she drops him off, and this dude rides a motorcycle, right? And then he's with his bags, and then she leaves the airport with his motorcycle, which makes you think, if this dude came to the airport with his bags, with a motorcycle, 2 people, how the fuck did they fit on a bike? On a fucking bike.
You can do a lot of stuff with a bike, man. Like
Not
you can
that
try.
much stuff. You can't like grab all your shit.
Were there
to
like
move.
saddlebags?
No, it didn't have like a saddlebag thing.
Damn.
And that fucks me so much for no reason other than that.
Where
movie
did their
was the worst.
suitcases
They
come
didn't
from?
think about it. They didn't think about anything.
They didn't. Yeah,
They
it
just held on to them strapped to their back. They're just sorry.
They just clearly they just did not think about anything in that movie.
They had him
Just a
dragging
small-
down the
Someone
road.
thought
with
about it. Someone was like, "Wait, this is impossible," and they're just like, "No, just don't. No one will notice
Don't
it."
question it. Don't question it. Your suitcases took an Uber to the airport.
Clearly. Okay, so now we have number 1.
After Earth.
You want to have After Earth?
I don't remember it very
Do we
well.
already have The Last Airbender?
We do not have a Last Airbender.
Then that's number 1.
No.
Last Airbender.
Okay, so for number 1,
After Earth doesn't matter at all.
It's still a bad movie.
No, it has no cultural significance whatsoever.
Heroes hogging the
worst.
mic.
Do you guys want a visual? They're
you
like
okay?
passing the mic back and
There's
forth between each
nothing
other.
in this world that makes me angrier more than the fact that the movie The Last Airbender exists.
So let's put it number 1 along with
With the slash.
We established in the last episode
So,
that
the
number
wrong
1
side of the
cannot
mic,
be
hero.
slashed. I don't
Oh,
care
cannot be
about
slashed.
anything you say.
Oh yeah, we can be slashed. Well, we did 3 slashes in this episode.
But I feel like number 1 can't be
It's our top 6.
We
Number 1
established in the
cannot
last
be
episode that
slashed.
Number 1 cannot be slashed.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
did.
number 1 can't be slashed.
Number 1A.
Okay, I have a contender. I have a
That's
contender.
smart.
That's worse than. It's definitely worse than After Earth.
Okay.
A Wrinkle.
He doesn't have a
No.
mic, so
Yes.
basically what he said
Wrinkle
was
Within
we should
Time
have a
is
number 1A and a number
the
1B.
fucking worst movie. That's
culturally significant, but I still don't give a damn.
This movie is.
Are you saying you don't want The Last Airbender on this list?
I hate M. Night Shyamalan as much as you do here.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
No,
do.
you don't, you
definitely
fucking
I have not
wanker.
seen The Last Airbender, but I'm saying Last Airbender maybe because I
It's
see it everywhere.
it's whitewashed. It's
I
a
got
whitewashed,
DVD
badly
just because I
animated.
hate
Okay.
A little story. Okay, so back home to go to the movie theater, it costs $4, which is
That's nice.
extremely cheap.
That's what I said.
wish.
It's
So-
like 11 at Britannia.
So like every time I go to the movies, it's like, you know, if a movie's bad, I'm like, you know what, it was just $4. It like okay, it was maybe it was a little bad, but it's all right.
It's like
But when I went to see A Wrinkle in Time,
this man has a bone to pick with A Wrinkle in
I
Time.
just saw a play version
I
of it.
was sitting next to one of my best friends, and I was sitting there in the movie theater, and I was watching on the movie, and I was like, I really thought we were still in exposition, or I don't know what the fuck they were doing on that theater. I was sitting there boggled, my mind was nowhere to be found, and then I look at my clock, and it was 30 minutes into the fucking movie. So if a movie can't even set up itself, I feel like that deserves having a first place.
See, I didn't see it. Did it go along with the book? Like, was it close with
I
the
haven't
book?
read the book, and I
Okay.
don't care about the book.
No, you need
because
to
I
read
really
the
don't
No,
care
the
about
book
the
is
movie.
really good,
Was
though.
Oprah in
The
this?
book is amazing.
Oprah was
Yeah.
in
I
it.
think so.
Oprah was
Queen
in it.
Latifah or something.
What's that guy that does In Between Two Ferns?
Oh,
Chris Pine's in it.
Zach Galifianakis was in it.
Aw,
Chris
you
Pine's in
can't
it.
do my man like that.
No, he did it himself like that.
No, but
Zach be like
if you
that,
read
so
the book,
I
the
mean-
book is amazing.
No, I'm not
know.
saying anything
But
about
I'm
the
saying,
movie.
like-
This is clearly based on the movie. And
Yeah,
the movie
if the
is
movie
hot
sucked,
garbage.
it's
not
probably
just
because it
garbage.
didn't have to do
It's
anything with
just
the
been
book.
there for weeks on end, and it's hot and it's musty and
So
it's
they really
disgusting.
screwed it up. That's really
Because of that
it.
description, I'm gonna have to agree. As long as After Earth is somewhere on the list,
I'll trade you Naked for After Earth.
or you
I
can
think that
just
works.
I
add-
feel
Yeah.
like that works.
So we're taking Naked off.
We're taking Naked off.
Okay. Because guess what? I liked Naked, so
That was a fair trade.
fair trade.
Quick side note before I leave: how good is the movie The Black Cauldron, made in 1985? Come on, stop ringing.
What is your phone doing right now?
My phone is broken. It has problems.
All right.
What were you trying to say?
So small recap. For number 10, we have Star Wars 2, the new one that came out. Number 9, we have Grown Ups 2 and Vampire Suck. Number 8, we have Bird Box. Number 7, we have After Earth. Number 6, we have Green Lantern. Number 5, we have Tall Girl. Number 4, Jupiter Ascending. Number 3, Suicide Squad / Death Note. Number 2, Kissing Booth / Sarah Birch is a Loser. And number 1, A Wrinkle in Time.
I think you're the only one who thought of that.
No,
Yeah.
A Wrinkle in Time as the worst. I don't know.
no.
I don't think it
I
should be
don't
the
know.
worst.
The Last
I think that's a
Airbender
you
is the
problem.
worst movie.
I haven't seen The Last Airbender, but I can say that I would agree with that. That the
I
Last
haven't
Airbender.
already
I think
been
it's
in my
the
room.
Tories.
No.
Then
Michael,
are you
Michael,
able to
Michael,
agree in this
Michael,
conversation?
I mean, like, because it's just
Michael.
like A Wrinkle in Time. I feel like is not as bad. Like I've looked at so many
Yes.
lists online, and I'm just like,
Yes.
I wouldn't
think
say it's as
that
bad.
this is
You haven't
notorious.
sat there for those 2
I haven't, and I'm
misering
sorry that I
hours.
haven't suffered like you have. But I mean,
Michael,
based on lists and everything I've heard,
notoriously, the Last Airbender is very well known for being bad.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
Wrinkle in Time, I've only heard from you that it's
honestly,
bad.
yeah, I can.
Like,
say the
I've
exact
never
same.
heard it from anyone else. And I don't know if it's because it's really just like people don't think about it, or if it's like genuinely not as bad as
I
you
swear,
seem to think it
I
is.
have to shout this from the rooftops. I need for everybody to hear me.
I don't think
Do
it needs to
not
be one.
ever see this movie in any condition possible.
okay. I mean, I haven't seen either The Last Airbender or Wrinkle in Time, but Wrinkle in Time has like 38% of Rotten Tomatoes, and Last Airbender has 5.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost as bad as the Emoji Movie.
It's not that I'm saying that I don't dislike The Last Airbender because I really.
Oh
do.
yeah, what about the Emoji Movie? Should we put that in here somewhere? That we could slash slash the number 1 Emoji
Yeah, I
movie
mean,
slash
it was a
Last
cute- it was a
Airbender
cute one.
slash A Wrinkle
Yeah,
in
I'm not-
Time.
Cute. Well,
I'm not so upset at it.
I didn't see
You
it,
know,
but it looks
honestly,
cute. So
the-
let's-
No,
The
basically,
emoji. I saw the Emoji Movie. It was.
there's
it's like,
no
you know what
story.
it-
There's no.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet.
It reminded me of Wreck-It Ralph
Ralph is
also.
amazing.
It reminded
No,
me
the
exactly.
second
So that's how good the Emoji
I've not
Movie
seen
is.
The
No,
second
no.
one is like it's bad, but it's like.
Okay, let me.
Like, I'll
In the
go
beginning,
2 hours,
he's
I guess.
trying to like break the norm, and then he gets like exiled for it, kind of. And then at the end of the movie, he like goes back into he like wants to be the norm. So then he gets a position as like being a normal emoji.
Sounds amazing.
It's
It is.
literally there's no
It's telling
point to the
children
movie.
that you should not
It's-
be. You should
it's
not.
whatever.
You should not be
If
the
you're a
norm.
parent and you take your
No,
child
it's trying
watch
to tell
this
you that,
movie,
but then
he
the
will-
end, it
I don't
ends
remember
up.
the end, but I just remember I was like,
In
oh,
the
that's not
end,
bad. Emojis.
he becomes an emoji. He becomes an
That's
emoji who does his job.
clearly The only way
I
to
didn't remember
explain
that.
this movie.
What? Which one?
The only way to explain this movie, if you're a parent and you take your child to watch this movie, he's not gonna do well in life.
There goes my little cousins, I guess. They enjoyed it.
All right, so
There was no point to that movie.
I feel like we should do a vote between The Last Airbender and A Wrinkle Within Time.
Okay, well,
I guess
you're
seven
everyone
in time,
is
first of all.
You'll get
7 votes.
point 0.5 vote.
I get 7 votes.
All right. All right, everybody voting on The Last Airbender, say yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Get fucked, Michael.
I don't even know why you bothered to do that. Like you
Get
knew what would
absolutely.
win.
I'm the host now.
Well, I have
if you did
veto
the
power.
emoji movie versus
I
that, it
have
may have
veto
made more
power,
sense.
therefore Wrinkle in Time stays.
He said he's a leader, like he has the power, so Wrinkle in Time stays.
I wrote The Last Air Power.
The last air power.
Yes, The Last Airbender is the worst movie of this decade. Hero wants to say fuck M. Night Shyamalan.
Fuck M. Night Shyamalan. I'd
Um,
also like to say,
Go ahead.
last podcast I didn't get to plug myself very well, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say,
we were like, get out
Do
of
your
here.
thing, man. Go plug yourself.
I'm just gonna say, follow me at Hero Roma on Instagram, JIROROMA, no space, no capitals.
Follow me.
Um,
Getting 1 follower.
And
You're about to gain 2 followers.
And the only other thing I'd like to say is fuck Michael and have a nice day.
All right. I hope everybody's having a great week, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of plugs before we leave. So I'd like to thank our artist again, Sergio Diaz. You can follow him on Instagram at the Celebrity Art Portfolio, and our musician / composer that does our intros, Samuel Beal. You can follow him at Samuel.Beal on Instagram. So yeah, thank you so much. Do you guys want to do plugs before we leave?
I had an essay that was due an hour ago, and I still have 3 paragraphs to write, so that's kind of the mood right now.
All right, so thank you for plugging that, Gigi.
My plug is
I have a piece of nicotine gum to chew. Don't smoke, don't vape. It's not good for your body, kids.
All right,
Have
Monica,
a great
cut.
day.
Hero,
Cut,
what?
cut. Monica, cut.
He wants to
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
wanted to tell everyone, whoever listens to this, have a good day.
That's
Oh,
sweet.
So
That's
sweet.
sweet.
That's so wholesome.
Keep it. We're
Love
keeping it in.
that. Can we cut Heroes out? No, I'm kidding.
I'm
Carmen,
good.
You want to plug?
Follow. Yeah. No. Just cut.
Great.
Don't follow me. Just cut.
Thank you for everybody who listened to the 5th episode of Film for Thought. This has been top worst movies of the decade. And you can follow us on Twitter at _Film for Thought and on Instagram at _Film for Thought. Thank you very much and see y'all next episode.